We're making a music video surrounding the song because we think it's important to shed a light on this. This is our opportunity to tell this type of story in a way that hopefully is impactful and hopefully makes people think. Are you at a school that is doing active shooter drills and things like that?
No.
I do online, but I used to do public, and yes, we did.
We do Alice drills occasionally.
What does that mean?
It's like alert, lockdown. I'm not sure of all the...
So we don't really have like active shooter like designated.
Okay, right on.
Like if an intruder was in the school, we have like places to go and stuff.
Our old lockdown system, we totally disregarded that, and we have a new system now where we barricade, run, or fight. It was a new system we came up with. So one whole day at school, we actually took all of our desks in one class and threw them all up against the door in a real life situation.
The fact that we even have to practice something like that is just kind of sickening for our country, and it just makes you kind of disappointed in what our education system has come to.
Shooting in Parkland, Florida, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, it impacted me more than any other school shooting or mass shooting news that I'd seen, and it could be because of the resolve of the kids that survived. I saw in their faces how angry they were, and I was touched by it and just really angered. I just sat down with the guitar and started plucking the first notes of the song and just started singing the first things that came to my mind. The song poured out of me in like 5 minutes.
It just makes you so much more aware, and like how you feel about the whole subject in general changes because it's actually happening to people that are my age. Like it could be me.
I'm outraged by that because it's a possibility, and if they're going to shield us from what the real world is, they're saying that they're trying to prepare us for the future. That is not preparing us for the possibility that could happen.
I was kind of shocked because I have family that lives in Florida, and I have 2 young cousins, and if that ever happened to them, I would be really scared for them too, and I don't think that should happen anywhere.
I think it's terrible, really. I don't think the kids should have to worry about that when they're at school. You know, we're there for an education. We shouldn't have to do active shooters drills and be scared for our safety and all that, you know?
We have a mindfulness class at my school. We prayed for them that day in kind of a mindful way, and she was like, you know, they think that this could have never happened to them, just like you think it could never happen to you, but it does.
After I came to terms with what was happening, it made me just stop and say, how many times is this going to happen before something's done about it?
It's actually happening, you know, and it's scary to think about, but I'm like grateful that I'm in a safer place, you know, since I'm like homeschooled.
Oh, it couldn't happen to me, but like it can, and that really scared me, and of course I felt bad for all the families and the children.
I shouldn't have to write a song about kids getting shot in school or taking people's guns away because the wrong people have them. Nothing's being done. There needs to be action when it comes to gun control and the school shootings, and the action shouldn't be that kids have to do active shooter drills or lockdown drills in their schools. They don't need to change. The culture needs to change, and gun owners are saying, no, we're not giving up any rights. We don't want to have to jump through any hoops at all.
I'm not very educated on the topic, so I don't want to make a full opinion about it yet, but from what I know, I feel like gun control should be enforced a lot more.
If people would have to go through certain steps to be able to get a gun, like they would have to go through training and they would have to go through certain tests, just because I think there are a lot of factors.
Background checks and all that, and like, are they having the gun for like self-defense or for like other purposes?
I mean, I think people should be allowed to have them, right? 'Cause it's like Second Amendment and all that, but it should be a lot harder to obtain them. Just because like people can go through like the background check and stuff and get them, but they can still resell it.
Just extra precaution to make sure that we aren't going to do anything that we aren't supposed to be doing with our guns.
I think it should be more than just getting a license if you don't have any felonies, I think is what kind of is now. So I think it should be something that is a very long process because it's not just an everyday thing to have.
I believe in the Second Amendment. I think that you should be able to have a gun if you really want one, but if you really want one, you should be able to go through background checks and a lot of that stuff to get it.
If you go to a country like Japan, they have next to zero gun violence because they require you to even keep a detailed diagram of where the gun is in your home, where it's locked up, and they inspect it every single year to make sure that everything is still what you said it was a year ago. So we're just not doing enough because some people don't want to suffer at all. And that's the problem. People don't have enough capacity for sacrifice in order to make a change for the greater good. You are 11 years old.
13.
14?
I'm 14 years old. I'm 14.
I'm 14 years old.
I'm 14.
I'm 15 years old.
17.
I'm 17.
We did some intense shooting. We put them through some emotional scenes.
It wasn't that hard for me to kind of act scared and sad coming down because I could feel it when Reese is running off the stage and my eyes are closed, and it's scary, but it's what's going on and we need to talk about it.
We attempted to recreate a real situation, but I think they did a hell of a job, and I'm really, really proud of all of them coming together to work on this with us. Thank you from the bottom of my heart and the hearts of the rest of us on our team. Thank you very, very much.